everybody. Welcome back to Talk With Nia. So there is a lot going on in the Real Housewives of Atlanta cast. So apparently Nene Leakes gave a comment on her being edited out of a flashback during like an episode. I think it was like 2 episodes ago. And the editors basically cropped her out of an old RHOA intro that they featured where all the ladies held their peach and fans weren't having it. She also weighed in on the ratings of the show and how Kim Zolciack is doing. Listen to this.
How is Kim doing, like, overall? Like, since you guys kind of talked a little bit.
I don't know how she's doing overall. I just reached out to her because she reached out to me during the time when I was really going through something. But I would have to think that she's taking it hard. It's a divorce. It's not easy.
Yeah, of course. I know Kim's making small appearances on the show. Does the ATL need Kim and Nene back on the show? A lot of people would say you guys are the show. You guys are brought so much funniness to it.
Well, I would just say check the ratings.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, that should give you an answer.
I mean, would you be down to come back?
I would come back for the fans.
Okay.
Because the fans are the ones that love me. They're the ones that love to see me in that position. And I would do anything for them.
Of course. I mean, and the fans were actually kind of upset that you were edited out of the trailer, the flashback. I mean, people were pretty heated.
Yeah. I thought that was funny, and I thought that was kind of crazy to do. But I also think that people sometimes use reverse psychology.
Okay.
And so maybe they were thinking if we edit her out, maybe they'll make more people tune in the next week. So that's how I try to think of it. Maybe they were like, okay, we're going to edit her out, and then people tune in next week to watch. I mean, I don't know. But I think it was a bad move to do.
Do you think it was production being shady?
I don't even think it was production, because production only do what the orders are that they get from the top. So somebody from the top ordered that to be done, and they did what they were told to do.
Now, Nene also mentioned that she would come back for the fans. I definitely am shocked that she agreed to come back at all, despite all of the legal drama that she had with Andy and the show. I know her relationship with Andy has to be in the gutter at this point, but I would be here for Nene coming back, and Kim, along with some other people. Now, Kandi Burruss was recently asked who her dream cast would be, and this is what she had to say.
Who would be your dream cast to make a successful next season of Real Housewives of Atlanta?
Oh my goodness. Okay. Ooh, that's a good question. Okay, so I definitely would go with Portia, Kenya Moore. I wasn't mad at the Nene choice. I'm not mad at the Nene choice. Let me see. So Portia, Kenya, Nene, and I'm not mad at Kim Zolciack either, because she don't mind speaking up for herself
or being tardy for the party.
Yeah, even if she wrong, she gonna speak up. So you got to have people who really are strong in their opinions and don't back down, and real over the top personalities sometimes really get you there. But I think our peacemaker could be Cynthia.
Cynthia coming back.
I'm saying as a peacemaker, because she's the good. You got to have one person that you can cry on their shoulder.
So who would y'all like to see come back? Or do you think this show needs to be completely recasted? Because, I mean, honestly, we've had some greats go. We've had some people come in that did fine. We had some one season, top hitters. And then we had some one season people that weren't so great. I've been watching the show for years. Some people do think that it needs to be completely recasted. And some people just want all the OGs back. Honestly, I'd be here for another season of like all OGs. I think they did that for like season 10 before. They had like a good amount of OGs come back. But I'd be here for all the OGs coming back, but I'd also be here for a recast, a full recast, and start fresh, start over. Now let's move on. We all know that Kim Zolciack is going through a messy divorce with RHOA, and it looks like him and RHOA was spending some coins that they allegedly didn't have or couldn't keep up with. There was some issues with the house, okay? And Target is apparently suing Kim over unpaid bills. I don't know, Kim. You got a lot going on, okay? But this is according to page 6, all right? So they're saying that she failed, neglected, and refused to make payments on a principal amount of $2,400 in credit card fees and she hasn't made a payment since September of 2022, which was for $500. So I don't know. Kim gotta figure out all this bill stuff. But Kim isn't the only one in financial trouble. Peter Thomas, who was the ex-husband of her previous housewife, Cynthia Bailey, is going through trouble with his Miami restaurant called Bar One. Or Bar None, like former housewife Phaedra Parks would say.
Bailey, is it really an existing agency?
Maybe Bar One.
Oh, okay, Bar None.
Sports One.
Okay, Bar None. Okay.
Win a case.
Yeah.
Apparently, he owes a lot of money and $450K in back taxes.
Peter Thomas from The Real Housewives of Atlanta posted a video of himself crying on Instagram after it was reported that his restaurant, Bar One in Miami, is being sued for eviction by the landlord. The company is called Bentley Bay Retail, and they went into a commercial property agreement with Peter Thomas back in 2018. They previously sued Peter Thomas and Bar One and tried to get them evicted, but they worked out an agreement, and Peter Thomas, back in 2020, agreed to pay all outstanding balances. According to Radar Online, the amount that Peter agreed to pay was $270,000, because that's what he owed. Per the settlement agreement, Bentley Bay Retail said that Bar One agreed that if any checks were returned for insufficient funds, the deal would be void and Bar One would have to move. In the suit, the company claimed that various payments were returned due to insufficient funds. They said that payments were returned July, August, and September of 2022 and March of 2023. Bentley Bay Retail says that Peter Thomas owes them $422,000 in rent and outstanding sales taxes. So you wanted a part 2. This is a reoccurring theme for Peter. I'm just going by the facts. There was an article that said that he owed $450,000 in back taxes, allegedly. This article was January of 2022. I didn't even know that Cynthia sued Peter for $170,000 over a loan. So he was supposed to pay her back within 36 months. They had like a promissory note. So it was $170,000 in principal plus interest. And this was May of 2020. Cynthia eventually dropped the case because they worked out an agreement privately. She gave up all rights and interest to his restaurant Bar One, allegedly. In 2022, Peter announced that he was opening an upscale restaurant called One Society. He apparently planned to spend $3 million on the project, allegedly. That dream was short-lived because a company called DTSDT Retail was his landlord and they sued him over unpaid rent. Peter argued that the company breached the contract because they didn't give him adequate access to the property. The judge ended up siding with the landlord and ordered One Society to hand over the keys to the location. There's also multiple people on TikTok saying that they worked at Bar One and never got paid, allegedly.
Now, Peter went to social media to speak on this a little bit. Listen to what he had to say.
Good morning, IG World. I'm on the grind. This is the part that y'all don't even get when you hate on a Negro like me. I gotta get up early in the morning. I gotta go to Casablanca at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning to get the fresh catch fish. You gotta get those fresh snappers, Big Branzino. We gotta get the salmon. You know, you gotta get the grouper. You gotta get them fresh. You know, you don't want to give people old fish. It's not good. I wouldn't eat it. Okay? I don't serve nothing at my restaurant that I personally want to eat. Okay? We run a clean ship. Okay? You gotta go to Restaurant Depot and get that fresh produce. You know what I'm saying? You don't want spoiled tomatoes. You don't want rotten strawberries. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stay on top of this game. This restaurant game is no joke. We don't take no shortcuts. You know, so, and I do it myself too, by the way. I don't have no problem when I'm in Miami doing it myself. And when I'm not doing it, my man Abdul is doing it because I trust him. I don't trust too many people. Okay. But we got to stay on our grind. We got to get that money. We got to pay those bills. Those taxes are due. People are on my ass. Let's go.
Honestly, Peter has been in financial trouble with his business ventures since we were introduced to him on the show. It's like this man can't catch a break when it comes to owing money. When we met Peter and they brought Cynthia and Peter on, they were in financial issues. They could barely make it down the aisle for their wedding. They've always been in financial trouble. And then she divorced him. And Peter is still in financial trouble some way, somehow with his businesses. So I don't know if this man needs to just say, hey, you know what? Let me run one business, one location, and see if I can do that for 5 to 10 years without any issues, or just go ahead and get a regular job. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.